right. Oops, accidentally pushed the streaming button. Sorry about that. We're about to start. Give me 1 second. Just getting all of the feedbacks real quick so that I can monitor. And how is everyone? All right. All right. And we are live, and we're starting our recording here in 1 more second. Just pulling up. 3. 3, 2. What is up, team? Welcome back to Headquarters. Your Antifa CEO here on this beautiful Monday. I hope that everyone had a nice and subversive weekend. I know that I did. Worked a lot of overtime. Always working overtime for the working class people. Love it. Love it, though. We're going to continue to work for you. Hope that everyone, though, did the things that needed to be done this weekend. Thank you for existing. Thank you for being here another day. Let's get into what's going on right now in the world as of Monday. So, as you can imagine, it's crazy as always. This week, we are trying to make sure that we stay focused on the economic blackout next week and the March on Washington that is happening this weekend. We already have many operatives in the streets of Washington already. The agitation has began. Looking at the top headlines for the day, not seeing nothing overly crazy. I mean, it's all crazy, it's all crazy, but not seeing anything overly pressing. Just, a lot of economic downward pressure. Lots of job cuts announced. We're waiting for those job numbers, but are they cooking the books? I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But with everything that this administration is doing, though, we still need to stay focused on fighting back, and I think that's why I'm making it a point to be here at least 5 days a week. We're focusing on this Monday through Friday right now. It may change up. We're going to try to do it as much as possible. But, because just simply using your voice right now, speaking up, saying that I don't believe, I don't agree, I don't think that these things are right, that is, it's subversion. Just speaking, just saying, hey, what you're doing to those brown bodies is wrong. That is subversion right now in this country. And so I think that's one of the reasons that I'm making it a point to make sure to be here every day with you. Because realistically, I mean, hey, I don't know how much longer we have. I don't know how much longer I have. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. Nothing is promised. So I want to spend it with the people that I love the most. Spend it with my family. Spend it with my comrades. We're starting to do a lot more writing, starting to do a lot more reading. I used to, people who've listened, you know that I'm not the best red communist around, But I think I just reached this critical point where I kind of understand what they're saying in the sense that, it's not about being the best red, but it's about attaining and trying to be as better red and understanding the theory as much as you can. Because once you understand the theory, then you can start to theorize. You can start to figure out how to implement it into your unique system. And it made me realize, okay, so like I get it. You do need to be not the best read, but you need to be better read, because those are the people who make it to the inner circle. You know, those are the people who get to figure out how the things are going to work and whatnot. So I'm reading. We're reading more. Started to do a little book list. Not the most communist books on it. I'm not even going to lie to everybody, but hey, sometimes it's not about the amount, but it's about the quality. You know, that's the thing about it, is we're really starting to make sure to get that quality in there, really starting to get some of the best, at least that I think, from the beginning, that we can, which a quick plug, you know, Wretched of the Earth by Frantz Fanon. It's not a very long book, but I think that that's critical reading to understand what the movement, you know, needs to focus on, to make sure that we are moving in the right direction, that our energy is going to the right places, that we are, you know, in unison. That's Frantz Fanon, The Wretched of the Earth. But yeah, you know, what else can we say? Landlords, billionaires, they're all just going crazy all the time, you know, all the time. With that, let's hurry up and get our sponsors out of the way for this episode. Veau Noir, if you want to feed a family this holiday season, please tap in with Veau Noir. That's VOIXNOIRE.com, VeuxNoir.com, to help feed a family. I mean, regardless of if it's SNAP, regardless of if it's these billionaires, it's hard for everyone out here. And Veau Noir makes sure to focus on the brown and marginalized communities, the ones that at least I believe are some of the most affected in what's going on. So again, that's VeuxNoir.com. The stream and this audio after the fact is sponsored by Liquidate the Billionaires. That's right, Liquidate the Billionaires, with the ambitious goal to turn every mega yacht into a coral reef. Please tap in with Team Liquidate on all platforms. Yeah, man, the landlords and the billionaires going crazy. But I think one of the best things that's happening right now is that we are coming together. So many of us are coming together, not only comrades who are ready to work, ready to put some boots on the ground, but so many of us are coming together to organize and to create the systems that we need to operate absent of the billionaires. One of the best connections I've made recently, you know, with the beautiful Nicali Monroe. You know, we talked about her earlier in the pod, and Miss Nicali, I hopped on her live. We had a good chat. She's got some great motion. You may know Miss Nicali as the saint who is calling the churches and asking if they can feed a baby. You know, we just connected with her on TikTok. I'm hoping to help her in any of her endeavors. She seems to be focused on mutual aid, direct action. And that's exactly what we need right now. We need people like that. People that are not only ready to implement the world that they seek, but willing to do the work for it. And so I encourage Miss Nicali and all of her endeavors, and I hope that everyone in our network can encourage her as well, can tap in and give her some energy as well, because just the brief moments that I've had with her, she is going to be impactful. And I have to say, people, that as long as you continue to choose to platform the right people, I think that this world will be a better place, especially with people like Miss Nicali Monroe now having a voice that can be heard by 500,000 people on TikTok, and highly likely reaching, I mean, it's reaching hundreds of millions of people. There's people from all over the world that are seeing these videos. In all types of countries, these videos have been translated. And it's really exposing the hypocrisy of these pro-life Christians, you know, these pro-life demons, I like to call them, because they're living from the farthest thing from Christ. But yeah, so Miss Nicali Monroe, huge shout out to you. Huge shout out to some of our other TikTok community that we've been building. I've shouted them out before, but I'm going to continue. You know, big shout out to Joey. You know, Joey does it on TikTok and Instagram. My boy has just been, the motion and the energy for his community is just so palpable and so inspiring. I have to tell you, especially as someone who has communities in different places with all the different social medias and whatnot. Man, Joey is just so engaged to his community, and I really hope that everyone in our network can check him out as well, because I've been spending a lot of time there. I've been trying to help out because they've got a lot of mutual aid organizations that they're pushing. They're doing a lot of good things. They're dunking on MAGA. They're providing great space for people to chat. Hold on, I got some creep in my there we go. That guy's banned. All these freaking YT nationalists, man. All these nationalists just joining my stuff with their little pictures of Hitler and stuff like that. It's craziness. But so some other critical reading that I'd like to recommend. I just finished Black AF History, which I was pretty well read in American history before. I was very aware of the atrocities of this country. And I think that Black AF History was a great book to really, shape the country from the black perspective, which realistically I would say is one of the most real perspectives of America. The black people have been in America pretty much as long as the colonists have come to America. They may have a couple of years, but regardless, we were here just as long, and they wouldn't have survived without us. They didn't know how to farm nothing. They didn't know how to do nothing. They stole and extracted the knowledge from Africa and imported it into America so that they could make it through the winter. But so Black AF History, that's some critical reading. Looking at some of our most recent good content, some of our highly engaged content right now. The greatest achievement of capitalism was convincing people that billionaires sitting around collecting other people's paycheck is hard work. But somehow working 3 jobs and barely surviving is lazy underachieving. That really is the magic of capitalism, because the people who work the hardest are often the poorest. But somehow we think that billionaires work hard. They do not work. Somehow we think that landlords work hard. They do not work. Even if landlords have jobs. If you got a job, sell that extra house. What do you have a house that you are not living in? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. There's a special place in hell for those who charge rent. I didn't say it. I'm sure that's somewhere in the Bible. We could find it. We could cherry pick our verses. The First United Church of Liquidation. We could cherry pick our verses. But we need direct action right now. We need direct action, and that's what we're lining up this holiday season. We're lining up the direct action with this March on Washington. What's the date today? I'm bad with the dates, guys. I'm so sorry. Really bad with the dates. Wasn't prepared. The 21st through the 23rd. We have the March on Washington. There are many operatives already there. We have Comrade Oja off Jawagon. Oja off Jawagon on all platforms. We see you out there, buddy, and we appreciate your boots on the ground. We also have Revcom. We have some new comrades that we've added to our Leftist Alliance chat. We have a lot of creators in there. It's getting nice. I'm not gonna lie. It is getting nice. It's getting dangerous. If there's ever been a time that I've been on a list, it is definitely now. But I have to tell you, if you're not on a list in this America, then you're not living right. Quite frankly, if you're one of those MAGA lunatics that's sitting there simping, then you're not living right. No, you were living comfortably with your head up your butt, maybe up Donnie's butt with your head in the sand. You're not living right. Because right now, working class people are in a battle for their lives. Working class people are fighting tooth and nail to hang on in this country and not revert back to slavery. They are doing everything that they can to put us back to slavery. I say it time and time again. The mortgage is the innovation of the plantation. Whether it's 30 years, whether it's 50 years, make it 100 years, multi-generational, your children will be born into that mortgage. What is that, you know? What is that if not slavery? I don't know. But I do know that the only way that we combat it is when we come together. When we come together in solidarity and understanding, compassion, and empathy, and we fight back against these bullies. You look a bully square in the face. If they punch you, well, you get back up. You call your friends. Because the more friends you have, the easier it is to fight bullies. Because that's the problem with bullies. Bullies can make friends too. But there are not as many bullies as there are nice and compassionate, empathetic people. People who, when pushed to the point that they must defend themselves, understand that it is within their natural right to do so. So when these bullies continue to come after us, to try to take everything that we have, try to plunder our homes, our cars, our families, when they take away our access to healthcare, when they hike up the prices, when they increase the taxes, the tariffs, whatever, when these bullies continue to come for us, comrades, we lock arms and we tell them, you will come no longer. Maybe that's what maybe that's what Trump told Bubba. I don't want to do too much talking about that because I really feel like the shaping and the context that we're doing this to try to hurt Bubba and whatnot, to hurt Trump, it really takes away from the harm and the destruction that it did to those children. Because they, many of them were underage, many of them were just so vulnerable, and the world's most powerful, sick, lunatic people. That's why we don't let people become billionaires. Whenever you let people become billionaires, things like that island, things like Jeffy's Island is bound to happen. Because when people have nothing but disgust and hatred in their hearts, and it is emboldened by money, and it gives them all these avenues to express that, all that they can do is destroy lives. The only thing that billionaires can do is destroy lives. And when we let people get that much money, Jeffy's Island will happen every single time. It's been happening all throughout history. There's been nothing but variations of Jeffy's Island. There's been nothing but examples of slavery and the mistreatment of others by those who have money. So it is very obvious, at least maybe to this sick left radical, that when we let billionaires exist, that we suffer for it. We suffer. We suffer all the time. We suffer every day, and I am tired of suffering. Comrade, I want to pick you up. I want to build you back. Brick by brick, I want to build you better than ever. I want to build each other. I want us all to be the best versions of ourselves, with equity in our communities, with safety, with good health, with access to food, with housing. Comrades, I want us to have what we deserve as the human beings who work the soil. Well, we're not all farmers anymore. As human beings who hit the spreadsheet, as human beings who are moving the economy, I want what we create with our own hands. Hey, Warita, good to see you on TikTok. Shout out, Warita. Shout out to all our TikTok community. I really love you guys. Shout out to our Facebook community, too. I see y'all right now. We're getting some good views on there. See you, Candace. Shout out to the YouTube community. We're growing. Shout out everybody. Shout out to everybody hearing this after the fact, because you are the ones who are keeping us subversive. You are the ones that are powering us forward, and you are the ones who will make sure that every mega yacht becomes a coral reef. Do you have a Facebook link in your bio? Yes, I do. So if you go click the link in my bio on TikTok, mtcstw.com, it will take you to our landing page. And if you just scroll down, you will see that we have links to pretty much all our different channels and whatnot, all the ways that you can contact us. And Warita, if you have a Facebook page that you are using to make content and whatnot, get plugged up with me and I can get you in our groups. I can show you the easiest way to get your content flowing on Facebook and whatnot. It's kind of easier because you can engage the people easier. Like on TikTok and whatnot, you either have to like be live or you have to like post videos all the time. Like on Facebook, there's a lot of different ways to be able to nudge people to get them to engage you, and there's just so many different ways to like engage. But you see, just like that, people, just like that, working class solidarity is happening in real time. We're communicating. Warita's got almost 400,000 followers on TikTok. A great person that we've met in Joey Does It's lives. And I'm telling you, man, Joey Does It is playing with some fire right now. He's got the lightning, and my boy is growing fast. My boy is adding like a couple K followers a week at this point. And I think Joey's he's gonna be up there, man. He's gonna be up there. And I'm low-key kind of scared for him though, because as he continues to grow, as he continues to fight back, this administration, he may end up on a radar, you know? But we will not be scared, you know, especially in this time when people are supposed to be scared, because if you look at it, they are using the administration to go after people. We know that to be fact. We know that to be true. They are using all of the tools to go after working class people who are speaking up, which means that I should be scared, but I will not be. I will get on here every day. I will speak up for those who do not want to use their voice, and you, comrades, will continue to embolden me. Did you hear what happened to me? No, I did not. And Warita, I'm sorry you can't come up as a guest right now, because the way that I am live, I'm on multiple platforms and I'm not on TikTok Studio. So I can't like have the guest. I have to figure out how to do it, you know? But yeah, you can chat me. I can see your chat right here. As you can hear, I'm responding to you, but I'm very sorry that you can't come up and like speak to me. I don't know how to set that up and make it better. A group of men that are doing what they are doing unlocked my gate and came onto my property. Oh, wow. So Warita, that's Mexi Warita 22 on TikTok, one of our friends, is saying that those roving patrols, those slave catchers, unlocked a gate and went on her property. Illegally, of course, because it's private property. They were trespassing, and there were no illegals. There were no immigrants. There was nothing there. And so there was no reason for them to be anywhere near. Man, and it just goes to show you how palpable it is that this is affecting so many people in real time. Right now, people are being kidnapped off the streets of America. And this is the worst part. I just found this out, which of course I should have known, you know, but I just found this out from verified news sources, which everyone can look it up. You know, I'm not about to, maybe I'll try to pull it up and read it, but I'm just going off what I heard. It's not what I heard, but it's not, you know, it's verified. There's court cases going on right now. I think this is a case in the Supreme Court. So companies like Geo Group and whatnot are currently using ICE detainees. So mind you, these are detainees. They have not committed a crime. They're just being detained. They are using these people as slave labor in the detention facilities to uphold the contract that DHS is giving them, which means that instead of hiring people to be janitors or cooks or electricians or all kinds of things, they are simply using slave labor from the detainees, and detainees that refuse to do it are withheld food, often beat. It is insane what is going on right now in these ICE detention facilities in our name with our tax dollars. It is absolutely disgusting. These people are not criminals, but that's what happens when you get all these supremacists, all these racists out here demonizing and dehumanizing these people. That is why America right now is on code red. We are code red for G-Side, because we see it in real time. When the president of the United States gets up there and calls a group of people vermin and says that they're poisoning the blood of this country, what else is that? That is teeing up the most destructive thing that can happen to people. It is teeing up the destruction of their humanity. And that's why I'm trying to make sure that we are all cognizant of this, because we stand hand in hand with them, because after them, it is us. Do you think that these tools just go away? That's why I know that we will turn every mega yacht into a coral reef, because these tools will be here for us. $158 billion in ICE funding does not disappear. The corporate Democrats will not take that money away. I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to all those influencers who have those convos with those elected officials right now, but they will not take away that ICE funding. ICE money is here to stay. It will remain the largest police force, domestic police force in this country, and we will use that one day. Maybe not me, but some beautiful, handsome, intelligent communist, probably a woman, because I don't think we need more men leaders. The future of everything is through women, in my opinion. One day, they will take that power and they will wield it against the billionaires. Because you show me a billionaire, I will show you a criminal. There will not be 12 billionaires on that jury. There will not be 1 billionaire on that jury. And there's no laws to force a billionaire to be on that jury. We got to focus on the real minority that's destroying America. It's not brown people. It's not people who speak different languages. It's not anyone but the belligerents who are attacking us every day. And they brag and brag and brag about it. You know, Donnie got up there, all right, affordability. Ever since the blue wave, Donnie has been talking about affordability. And he took away tariffs on food products, and now they're bragging about lowering the cost of food. So you tell me this, if you take away a tariff and it lowers the cost of something, what happens when you put the tariff on? So when Donnie put the tariff on, he increased the price of food. It's just that simple. But these MAGA clowns, these MAGA lunatics do not want to understand simple math. I understand most of them cannot read, unfortunately. But we try to make it very simple for you. We understand that your red states, your conservative states are failures. We understand that. The blue states fund you. All of the SNAP money, for the majority of the SNAP money goes to red states. It's not all Democrats. Majority of the people on SNAP are Republicans in red rural states because the billionaires do not allow them access to anything. And they'll be like, oh, blah, 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 it's rural, blah, blah, blah. Hey, a lot of hospitals closing, a lot of people getting fired, a lot of trees getting chopped down for AI data centers. That's not good for anyone. That's not good for anyone. And the people that are making those decisions, it's not some secret cabal that's hidden in some back room. These people are public. A lot of these companies that are doing this are publicly traded companies. All of this is out in the open. I think that's one of the most insane things about what's going on right now is that it's all out in the open. We see exactly who's doing what to us. We see it in real time. We see who's taking our trees. We see who's poisoning our water. We see who's ruining our communities. It's the billionaires. We don't see it in the crime statistics because they have war chest and they can draw out the criminal process so long. And I guarantee you right now, in the first Trump administration, white-collar crime prosecutions plummeted. I guarantee you right now we will see the lowest white-collar crime prosecution rates in 70 years since the Great Depression. I guarantee it. And honestly, Donnie's probably going to end up being the new Herbert Hoover because there's no way that this economy continues to go down the path that it's going and that ends up good. There's just absolutely no way for that to happen. It is absolutely impossible, improbable. Every conservative state, look at it. Every conservative state is a failed state. Even if you point to Florida and Texas, okay? Even if we hold those two up as the top of the pack, that means that 22 other states are complete failures. And look, I don't want to hurt feelings. I live in that reality. I live in a red state. My red state is last in almost everything. I live in the reality that conservatism is a failed project. I'm not just up here spitting some liberal BS. My guy, I grew up rural, conservative, fundamentalist Christian. I live in a place that voted 82, 86% for Trump. I live the reality that these people vote against their interests time and time again. I see the slick, fast-talking politicians. I see the billionaire pimps. I see it all. So this isn't just some sick left radical communist take whatever. This is real life that people are living every day. And unfortunately, it's a battle of attrition that I don't think that working class people are prepared to handle, because we are fractured. We are separated, and that's how they are breaking us down. They are grinding us down until we are dust in the wind. That's more profitable for them. It's more profitable just to have baby factories churning us out than it is for us to have a decent life. And it's very obvious that that life can be attained because that life exists in such exuberant and excessive ways for such a small group of people. And we get back to these mega yachts. You know, the waiting list for the manufacturing of mega yachts is like 5 years long right now. And every one of those mega yachts, the cheapest mega yacht on that list is like $75 million. The most expensive right now is like $660 million, $100 million. They're getting to be almost $1 billion floating around. With $1 billion, do you know how many people we could feed? Do you know how many people? We could feed every American. Every American could be fed at least one day with $1 billion. Now, would it be the best meal? I don't know. But when people who don't have anything get something, that sounds good. And when people who have something don't need it, maybe they can say, hey, well, we don't need it, and we figure it out. With $1 billion, there's not a single American that should be going hungry. Just floating around on the ocean. You take all of that, and that's just the mega yachts. We're not even getting into that fake BS thing that we call equity in companies. What we allow them to take out loans against and live these exuberant lives, but somehow it's not money, but it's in the company. And we put them on a list and we say that they're the most wealthiest people ever, but they don't have money. It's not real money. It's the craziest freaking thing ever, dude. It's the craziest thing. And all these little billionaire simps and these fantasy landlords get on here and they try to tell you how capitalism is a free and voluntary exchange of goods and services. But when the penalty is starving in the streets and being locked up in a for-profit prison, in what way, shape, or form is that a free and voluntary exchange of anything? It is not. In what way, shape, or form, if Elon Musk has a few $100 billion in some BS equity and he is living the most exuberant life that anyone could live, and they'll be like, no, Elon's got a small house, Elon's got this, he sleeps on the factory floor. You are believing the propaganda spin. And if you believe that, then you hop on a jet and you go hang out with Elon Musk and see that you actually will not access him because he lives a completely different life than you do. You won't be able to access Marky Z, Marktavius. I saw someone on Facebook call him Marktavius. Who was that? Was that Kiki? Is that Uppity Negress? I've been seeing you, Uppity Negress. One of my favorite creators on Facebook and Threads, Uppity Negress Redux. We're going to plug her too. I really like her. Congrats on you, Kiki, for being on that Substack bestsellers right now. Congrats on you too, for we see your platform rising. So we want to make sure to uplift you, especially because you're promoting Veau Noir as well. So any friend of Veau Noir is definitely a friend of ours. That's Uppity Negress Redux on all platforms. But that unity, you know, that unity, that fire, that energy is what we need to fight right now. And that's why I like to get on here. I love it. I love it. I tell you, I don't feel the existential dread anymore. I used to feel it, but now I feel like I'm at home. In fact, sometimes when I'm going to work, I feel the dread more than I feel it hopping online and talking to my people, because I know that my people love me. My people care for me, and I love and care for you, because without you, I am nothing. Without you, I'm just another person struggling out here in these streets. But with you, I am the CEO of Antifa. And together, we will turn every mega yacht into a coral reef. That is not any call for violence. That's not any call for anything. Everything will be above board. Legal, of course. Respectfully. But we're creative. We're coming up with great ideas. We're coming up with great ways to hit them in those Q4 profits. We got the March on Washington this weekend, November 21st through November 23rd. I got the date. Look, I did it that time. We did it. We got the economic blackout, November 25th through December 2nd. We're not shopping on Black Friday. We're getting ready and prepared all of December. We're reducing our economic activity, and we're preparing for 365 days of economic warfare that we will be waging against the billionaires for the entire year of 2026. We know that everyone will not be able to fight every minute of every hour of every day. But comrades, we are coming together. We are putting that energy in motion, and we will fight every minute of every day. So when you got to take a break, you fall back from the front lines, comrades. We will replace that. We will continue to just, we're coming. I'm telling you, billionaires, be on notice because we are coming. You're not ready for this next year. You're not ready. Don't see our Facebook link. If you go on our website, maybe I can share my screen. How do I do that? Like I said, I'm an OBS newbie. New source. Screen capture. Okay. Display capture. Okay, you can see my screen. TikTok. Look, that's our girl right there, Miss Nicali. And if you go to me, and if you click our link, oh, is it frozen? Oh no, I put it back. Where was I? Oh, Safari. So if you click our link, all right, so this is our homepage. You scroll down, you got our podcast, which we are cutting right now. You continue to scroll. It says Discover Your Power. So right here, this is our Facebook. So if you see the Propaganda Factory and Memes That Can Save the World, it says Facebook, our original platform. And so we have it linked right here. Memes That Could Save the World, MTCSTW, and the Propaganda Factory. So that's our two main pages on Facebook. We have Memes That Can Save the World, which this was our original platform. As you can see, this is my beautiful face right here. We just changed that. But this is our original platform right here. But this one has been locked down by Facebook for a little over a year, so we don't use this one as much. And we got the Propaganda Factory, which we are live on right now, baby. I'm following 420 people. So we're not following any more people on the Propaganda Factory. We're going to keep that locked. If you need to be followed, I'm going to have to go find someone to unfollow because that number is just too great right now. But, oh, y'all were only seeing half my screen. Y'all are only seeing half my screen. Alas, I'm so bad with this audio stuff. I mean, with this with this stuff, man. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm just so technically illiterate. You know, you wouldn't think because I'm streaming to multiple platforms right now, but I'm literally just so technically illiterate. Look, my boy Joey, we was literally just shouting you out earlier, Joey. I plugged you up. Joey does it on every platform. We got Joey in the Facebook, right? I mean, in the TikTok chat right now. Which again, guys, I'm sorry that I can't have y'all as guests. I have to figure out how to be able to stream to the multiple platforms and have my guest on. I think I have to use TikTok Studio for that. I'm gonna get it figured out. I need y'all voices for my Facebook community. I need y'all voices for the Liquidate Network, for the audio experience. I need y'all because people want to hear what y'all have to say. I can see it every night when I get on those lives. Joey, my boy Joey, held almost 1,000 viewers last night. Held almost 1,000 viewers last night. And it wasn't even a ton of MAGA stuff. They had like one MAGA dude, but you know, they kept getting kicked. We was just having a good time. But my boy held almost 1,000 live viewers yesterday. It just goes to show you the fire, the energy, the motion. All those things are moving in the right direction. And that's the type of people that I'm proud to associate myself with, comrades. Your CEO is out here working, networking, making sure to be plugged up with the most influential people in the movement that we can be, people that's got boots on the ground, people that's doing real world, making a difference, fighting out here. That's what we promised you back in January when we said we have to do something different. We have to bring that motion. We got to bring that energy. And we've been doing it every day, man. And I love it because y'all gassed me up. This is for Facebook right now, all right? Sorry, TikTok, I love y'all. But for my Facebook crew, y'all really gassed me up because I was just sitting there playing around with the memes. And y'all were like, hey, you got to go out there. You got to go out there. And I'm like, I'm going to do it for y'all. And I did it for y'all. It's been the best decision I ever made. I'm making such great friends all the time. We're making such great connections all the time. It is... it's the honor of my life. Being the CEO of Antifa is the honor of my life, and I wouldn't choose any other thing because together we are all the CEO of Antifa. Together we are all the most sick left radical people that we can be in this country. We're the most dangerous people that we can be because Donnie does not like us. My boy Donnie, shoo, man, he's going through it. I didn't want to talk too much about Donnie because, like I said, it really takes away from the victims, and especially with the victims going to Capitol Hill right now. I want the victims to be able to have that space, and I don't necessarily think I'm the best person to be advocating for that. You know, that's why I say that the true Revy, the future of everything is through the women. We need women's voices to be lifted up. And that's why I'm out here especially fighting for our platform and making sure that I can figure out how to get my guest on. Because with people like Warita, people like Latin lesbian, people like man, we've met so many people. I mean, Miss Nikali. I mean, I need people like that to speak to our communities. We need to uplift and embolden every single person that we find that's saying something that we want to hear, because those are the people that will fight for us. And those are the people that we need out there. We have to make sure that everyone that wants to be a fighter feels supported, feels like they can fight. And so, comrades, that's why I'm encouraging you. Any time that you see a leftist creator, you see a leftist anything, you have to engage them in every way, shape, and form. You have to like, share, follow, push all the buttons. Everything that is free, you have to do that because we're not asking you for money. For the people that ask for money, you give them a little money. Give them $1. You got $1, give $1. But especially us, we're not asking you for money, and especially all these creators who are making content and doing that in a subversive way. A lot of them are doing it and designing it to make sure that they're able to keep it funded, you know? And I'm not going to lie to y'all. This is behind the scenes secret here, okay? Behind the scenes secret. Getting on here and fighting for working class solidarity, getting on here and fighting for a better life for working class people, it is not lucrative at all. Getting on here and saying things like that or whatever, it's not lucrative, and we fight the algorithms every single day. Every creator I know fights these freaking algorithms all the time because they're just trying to speak the truth, okay? So I can tell you it is not lucrative in any way, shape, or form. I bring in a couple $100s from all of our online things, and I take it all and I keep it and I roll it to make sure that when I want to do propaganda things, I got propaganda money. That's called the war chest. It's gone down substantially. We was doing thousands last year. It's down to hundreds. But with that being said, the most lucrative thing to do online is to get on here and be a coward and to just stare at the camera and talk about my hobbies and not talk about politics. You know, for women, it's extremely lucrative out here to just get out here and be beautiful on the camera. But a lot of them don't want to jeopardize their platforms, you know. Like I say, we have more than enough cowards. We need fighters. So when you find yourself a fighter, when you find yourself someone that you like, someone that you like what they're saying, what they're doing, the energy, the vibe, the motion, all the things, all right, if they check enough boxes for you, engage them in every way. We need your fighters out here because we're the ones fighting for you. They are coming for all of us. They are coming for every one of us. And when I say they, I mean the billionaires, the right-wing MAGA lunatics, the entire thing. They are coming for us. And we as the creators, we as the people who get out here and voice this opposition every day, we are standing in their way. That's why we're connected now, because when we go dark, you won't silence us. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So please, if you're just tuning in, if you're seeing me for the first time, if you hear me for the first time, follow on all platforms, MTC, STW. We're also the Propaganda Factory on all platforms. I'm going to cut it here because I was invited to another podcast tonight. I need to go get my kids. I miss my kids. I was working all weekend. So I love everyone. Please stay safe. Stay subversive. Tap in the Team Liquidate. Every mega yacht a coral reef, baby. I promise you we're going to do it because we have billions of comrades. And when you put billions of compassionate and empathetic people together, well, you get a better society. The proletariat, the working class people of all societies have had enough. We will cast off these billionaire oppressors. We will stamp out these flames of fascism. We will deal with everything that our ancestors were not able to deal with. Our descendants will not have these same problems. I guarantee you that as your Antifa CEO. Stay safe, stay subversive, stay hydrated, stay all the things, do your cardio.